Good day, everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to play and reviewing the game Sobek. Now, the object of the Sobek is you're going to be trying to get the most amount of money by the time the game ends. This game touts itself as a combination of the game Japor and King Domino, both games that I really like. So, let's check it out. So in the game of Sobek, the object of the game is to be the player that has the most amount of wealth. What you have over here is you have an Ankh token, and each player is going to use this Ankh token to pick a good or a character tile from this board over here. Now on the board there are 6 different types of good tiles, plus there is a Sobek statue, the green one, which is a wild one, which you can use for any. Some of these tiles are going to have what are called Scarabs on here, and these are going to be used as multipliers at the end of the game for the tiles that you sold together. You also have a number of different character tiles, and here is a list of the character tiles and what their abilities are. Whenever you select one of these, you're going to have the option of either using it at a later turn for its special ability, or you can use it to try to sell goods. Each of them are going to have a different good item on here that you can use to go ahead and substitute for a good item. And you're going to be placing tiles on here throughout the game, and ultimately you don't want to be the player that has the most amount of them, and I'll talk about all that in a little bit here. Right over here you have what are called pierogi tokens, and these are going to be tokens you're going to get once you sell a set of tiles. And here is a list of the pierogi tokens and what their special abilities are. And once you use them, you're going to go ahead and discard them unless the instructions tell you to keep them. So in the beginning, you're going to have these gray-backed starting tiles, and you're going to place 4 of them over here in the middle of the board. And then you're going to use a configuration in the instructions to go ahead and set up the rest of the board. Also, you have a little bag here that has what are called Debin tokens in here. And these are going to be point values. I'll just show you one real quick. Here's one that has the number 4. This is going to be worth 4 points. And you're going to have the opportunity to draw out of this bag. So anyway, the very first thing you're going to do is whoever the first player is going to take this token and he's going to choose one of these 4 starting tiles over here. And let's just say he decides he's going to pick this one. That there are these 2 little indentations on the tile. And what this means is this is the way you're going to set the Ankh token up on the empty space. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and put it like this vertically, since this is the direction. So player 1 will go ahead and take this and put it here, and then it's going to go to player 2. Now player 2 is going to have to go ahead and pick a tile from vertically, since this is the way the Ankh is facing. So let's just say he decides he's going to go over here and pick this one. Now what's going to happen is, since he picked this one, he'll go ahead and take it. But since he went ahead and skipped over a tile to get it, this tile is going to go into his corruption pile like so. This one is oriented to go this way, so then the next player will go ahead and pick from this line, which is diagonal. So let's just say he picks this one. Player 1 picks this, he'll go ahead and take it, and then he will orient the tile to this direction. Let's say player 2 goes over here, he's going to get this wild statue, he'll place it down, and he'll go ahead and keep the orientation like so. There are a few actions that you can do in this game. Number 1 is you can go ahead and pick a tile from the board, which I've done. The second thing you do is you can sell a group of tokens, and you have to sell at least 3, and whenever you decide to sell these, you're just going to go ahead and put them off into the side, and you're going to score them from later. Now each of these different characters here also are going to have a symbol of one of the goods on here, and you can use this to help build your set if you would like to. You just have to have at least 1 natural good to do so. You can do that, or you can use the character's ability at a later time. Now if later on in the game you ended up with 3 more of these tiles, like I have these tiles here, if I ended up with 3 more of them, I could go ahead and sell them and then add it to the pile that I already have. The third thing you can do is you can go ahead and use a character token. Now whenever you pick up a character token, you're going to go ahead and look at it, and it's going to have symbol and ability on here. This particular one will allow you to randomly steal 1 tile from your opponent's hand and add it to yours. So you can go ahead and hold on to this and use it whenever you want to as an action. Now some of these tokens are going to have a Debin symbol on here like this. If you end up picking this up, you will have the option after you pick it up to turn this in and then draw a tile from the bag over here. So you would just simply have to discard this and then draw from here. Also, whenever I sell a set of these tiles, I'm going to go ahead and take up one of these pierogi tokens over here. I'll have an opportunity to look at all of them, and let's just say I've looked and I've decided I'm going to go ahead and pick up this one. This particular one will allow me to place this token on a tile of my choice. Opponent must use their next turn to pick it up. So let's say it was my opponent's turn and I decided I was going to go ahead and put it over here. So what he's going to have to do is he's going to skip all the way over here to pick it up, and he's going to have to draw these 2 tiles and put them in his corruption pile. Now you may end up in a situation where the Ankh token is not facing any tiles. Whenever that happens, you're going to go ahead and refill the board. The game is going to end when the player has no valid action to perform on their turn. And that basically means if the Ankh token is in a place somewhere on the board where it cannot pick up any tokens, like so, and the draw pile is empty, there's no valid set that I could sell in my hand, and if I have no character that I can play, that is immediately going to end the game. So what's going to happen is any character that has a valid set of goods that they did not sell are going to go ahead and remove them, and any other tiles that they had left are going to go onto their corruption board, like so. What you'll do is everybody will add up their tiles in their corruption board. Let's just say, for example, player 2 happened to have 7 on his board, and player 1 has none. So what's going to happen is the player with the least corruption is going to draw 1 Debin token first, and then for every 3 tiles that his opponent has above that, he's going to draw another one. So right now he has 7, so that means I'm actually going to get to draw 3 of these tiles. So I'll go ahead and draw 3, and I'll put it here in my hand. Let's just say I had something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now 2 of them are going to have these Scarabs on here, so these are going to be used as multipliers. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply the 6 tiles that I have by 2, and that's going to give me 12. If I look at my Debin tokens, 17 points. So I'll add that to my score. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use this little score sheet over here along with these scoring tokens, and when you flip them over it'll say 50, and this will be if you end up beating 50 points. You'll go ahead and score them all on here, and whoever has the highest amount is going to win the game. So I can definitely see the similarities in this game between Japor and King Domino. With Japor, you're going to be getting goods and then trading them and then trying to get money from the different trades that you get depending on how much you get. And then also King Domino, because you're going to have that little token that's going to be in a certain direction that's only going to give you opportunities to grab some of them. Now those are both games again that I really like. So here's some of the things I like about Sobek. First of all, there's a lot of different things that you have to think about in this game. Number one, you're trying to think about what type of token you want to get, and you're also trying to count the amount of tiles that are going to be going into your corruption board, which is going to affect your score later on. You've got the different characters, and you can figure out, okay, do I want to use this character to try to get a set, or do I want to play it against my opponent and get the benefits from it? Also, whenever you sell a set of tiles, you can grab the Pierogi token, and then you can use that as well. Now, I like the abilities on the character. There's actually one where you can actually dig through the opponent's corruption board and grab a tile. So there's a lot of cool things that's going on in this game. But the main thing, of course, is you're trying to just get as goods, and you're trying to figure out which goods you want, trying to get the best score you can, and then trying to use the character tokens in a way that's best going to benefit you. So there's a lot of these little different things going on. And I like the game. I can definitely see this game being like Japor and King Domino, and I think anybody that likes either of those games should definitely check this game out. This is a very easy game to learn. You can get into it pretty quickly. I think we learned it in maybe about 10 minutes. It's an easy game to set up, and it's a fun game. I enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it to anybody who likes games like I had mentioned before, trading games, and also who like games that have different choices that you can make as to what you want to do, and then having characters that have different abilities that can do a lot of different things. It's cool. All right, guys, that's my review of Sobek. We'll see you later. Keep on gaming.